Hello, welcome back to the channel and this video from the other retro guys. Movie Zone. Yes, the I suppose you could say the kind of new title for the channel, as I've decided to split the movie and the gaming sides into two different channels. So you will now find all my gaming videos on that other retro guys gaming zone, and I'm in the process, very slow process, of uploading them right now. Oh my god, it's going slow. I've downloaded them all. I've got about 11 videos up at the moment for your perusal. So if you're a gamer, that will be your port of call. If you're a movie fan, you stay right here. And on that note, without further ado, we're going to get into the meat and potatoes of this video, and it is a movie review. And it's a movie review that I watched, well, a movie review of a film that I watched a few weekends ago. And, well, what can I say about it, really? Well, there's nothing I really can say about it, but I'm going to try. And it is Supernova, directed by Thomas Lee, which I will get into very, very soon, and starring James Spader, Angela Bassett, Robert Forster, Robin Tunney, and also Lou Diamond Phillips. Now, the story concerns the Nightingale 229, and it intercepts a distress call from what is it? It basically just says on the back, a desperate distress call cuts through the void. They intercept it. They initiate their hyperdrive doohickey thing, and when they get to their destination, basically it all starts to fuck up. Of course, as per usual with films like this, when they get to their destination, something happens to the ship. There's serious damage. But then when they find the person who sent the distress call, everything isn't what it seems. And there's also a mysterious alien artifact. Now, if that all sounds very familiar, that is why. It's pretty much Dead Space, except without all the huge hulking thing-like creatures trying to basically separate you from the rest of your body. What can I say about this film? There's not really much, as I say, there's really isn't much I can say about this film. What I can say, basically, is that it was actually directed by Walter Hill. Yes, the same Walter Hill who directed The Warriors. The same Walter Hill who was an executive producer on the Alien films. That Walter Hill. So, yes, the same Walter Hill who directed 48 Hours. Absolute classic movie. But apparently there was a load of behind-the-scenes troubles. And it was all to do with, like, the editing. He wanted more money so he could go and do some reshoots because he wasn't happy with some of the scenes. Studio interference. They wanted to bring in another director, and then in the end, it was a great big mess, and sadly, that translates onto the film itself. Basically, the whole film is an editing mess. The first hour? Because how long is it on for? 91 minutes. So, maybe the first 45 minutes then. The first 45 minutes, there's scenes in there that are just stupid. There's one digitally manipulated scene to simulate some intergalactic nookie between two characters, even though it was filmed with two other characters. So they digitally manipulated one character to make it look like another character, but it doesn't work. because the unmanipulated character looks like a character from later on in the film. Were you with me so far? Good, because I've lost myself. That being said, the special effects aren't actually that bad. They're pretty damn good, especially on the Nightingale itself. The sets are pretty nice. There's a nice little bit of claustrophobia to some of the sets, which is nice indeed. The performances, some of them are pretty good. I mean, Lou Diamond Phillips is actually pretty good in it. James Spader is mean, moody, and brooding, I would imagine is the word. Angela Bassett is cold, but then all of a sudden she thaws like that when she knows she's going to get her leg over with James Spader's character. Don't ask. There's also a thing with like an alien artifact that's basically, spoiler alert, a bomb that's encased in this kind of alien shell, and it causes people to basically, it's supposed to make them a bit younger, and it basically makes them crazy or whatever. As one of the characters, it happens to him. Music's not too bad. But yeah, on the whole, it really isn't a good film. Even going back to the editing mess, I suppose one of the decisions, when they're doing the first hyper jump, as it's flashing up different pictures, it's actually playing scenes from later on in the movie, which makes no sense whatsoever. Really doesn't make any sense. You'd have thought that they would have kept certain parts, well, they would have kept all the parts from the viewer, instead of like, this is going to happen later, this is going to happen later on. You see that character there? That's going to happen to them. No. That's almost as bad as the marketing tactic for Terminator Genesis. If you know what I'm talking about, yeah. No, sorry, not Genesis. No, it is Genesis. It is Genesis. I do beg your pardon. It's been ages since I've seen it, but I do remember the marketing. It was fucking shocking. Even the theatrical trailer ruined the whole film. You see the theatrical trailer, you don't need to watch the film. I will say that. Yeah, this film pretty much does that with the first jump. As soon as that happens, you pretty much see most of the film. So it's like, well, you don't need to see it now. There is some nice bit of gory effects with one of the characters. That's exceptionally well done, I will say. Along with, as I say, like the digital effects. But there's one thing that I just can't seem to get my head around, is that there's two characters that want nookie all the time. Imply it. Somehow just imply it. You know, for a 15 rated film, it doesn't need that much bedroom Olympics. It really doesn't. And there's also the very beginning, where the computer intelligence is supposed to be like this highly programmed AI, and the computer wakes up one of the characters right at the very beginning of the film because it wants to play chess. What? What? That's all I can say, really. Just what? So that's what I mean. There's some really stupid choices in the film. Sorry, all the spitting I've just eaten. I'm so sorry. That's the last thing you want, is like 3D like spitter-vision, you know. Yeah, it really isn't a good movie at all. As I say, special effects, really good. The editing, the acting, yeah, middling. Cast, good cast, really good cast. But on the whole, it's not a film that I would recommend whatsoever. I think if I was to give it like out of 5, I'd have to give it 1.5. I mean, one of the characters, for crying out loud, it's played by Robert Forster, the late great Robert Forster, who played Max Cherry in Jackie Brown, who was in The Black Hole with I think it was Joseph Bottoms, Maximilian Schell, and Ernest Borgnine, and a whole host of great actors, and in this he's reduced to what's nothing more than a glorified cameo. I think he's in it for about 3 to 5 minutes, and then I think you're gonna know what I'm trying to imply. Overall, I can see why Walter Hill put up the name Thomas Lee on this. It's basically like a more modern version of Alan Smithy. Just take his name off of the project. I could see what they were going for, but to me, it's just one monumental failure. And yeah, it's not good. It's not good whatsoever. As I say, 1.5 out of 5 stars easily. It's a very, very missed opportunity. That is pretty sad. Really, really is. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's only about 12-15 minutes long, but I wanted to do a movie review for once, because I haven't done one in a I can't remember, it's been that long. But anyway, yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and stay tuned for more videos to come right here on That Other Retro Guy's Movie Zone for everything movie related, including physical media. So until the next video, take care of yourselves, look after one another, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye for now.